Hello and welcome to Garblag Games. Tonight we have episode 1 of our brand new Daggerheart actual play, the Mechanolith. In a moment we're going to go round and everyone's going to tell you who they are and a bit about their characters. Now Aaron and Rob weren't here for our session 0, which we did last week, so they'll probably tell us a little bit more, but everyone will summarise their character and tell you a few of those questions and interesting connections between characters. But before we do, don't forget to go like, comment and subscribe and click on the bell, all that good stuff. Check out our Discord. We just got a server tag. Gar! Cool. Anyway, without further ado, I'm Pete. I'm the Game Master. Over to Aaron.
I believe if you focus in, camera comes in tight in the Mechanolith, and the top of a spire, you see a form crouched, all four limbs holding on. As you get closer, you see a simia, face like a mandrill with a bright red nose and cheeks of blue and black, golden eyes with very dramatic golden fur framing his head. He's chewing on a honey cake filled with sugared ants and thinking to himself, how in the world did I get down to the Mechanolith from the beautiful jungles of Glorum? And then he remembers the athletic competitions among his family group and the other communities of Simia to earn the right to come down here to defend the lands above the Mechanolith in hopes of glory and a return to riches when his time here is done. He's a hunter and a tracker, a wayfinder ranger. He's dressed in a patchwork sort of lightweight padded armor of gray-green and browns to fit in with this dim desert-like surroundings that he finds himself in. A quiver across his back and a curved horn short bow in his hand with a short sword secured at the back at his lower back, so that regardless of when he moves, it does not shake loose. You see him curl down the spire with acrobatic grace and then move in a rolling gait across a rooftop garden that he's planted since he's been here, easily moving between quadruped and biped as he slinks along the roof, checking his aviary, checking his beehives, and checking his fruit trees, sighing to himself and wondering when the next mission will come up for his special operations squad.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Aaron. Getting into the fiction first approach from the very
fiction first, baby.
Awesome. So you are Baz
Bahol. Baz Bahol.
Okay, cool. The Wildborn Simia Ranger. Awesome. Right. Thank you very much. Over to Dan.
Greetings and good evening, everyone. I am Dan, and tonight I am playing Torgrim, the Druid. Torgrim, 2 M's, not 1, 2. Torgrim is a Druid. He has leather, trousers with kind of leathery chaps, big kind of furry boot. He is bare-chested, lots of tattoos and like chalk circle patterns around his chest and arms, and he's got a big red beard, but it's all twisted and mangled. It's kind of got bones and teeth and other little fetishes kind of tied into it, as with his hair, which is kind of spiked up with more sort of chalk and other things. And again, there's kind of like little skulls and other things in there. He's by his side, he has his trusty spear. Down here, though, there is still nature. It's sparser and rarer, but there is still life down here, though it takes different forms. And as a druid, he is its protector. But Torgrim is is a scout by trade, for the forces down here, fighting the long war, and Torgrim has been fighting this war as well, and has left him bitter as friends and family have died. The accolades shouted once out into the night, but then forgotten as more battles and war continues forever on, and then more death. So it's left Torgrim a bit jaded and worn.
Excellent. Thank you. He's quite a wild-looking character. Fantastic. So Dan is Torgrim. Awesome. Right. Round to Millie.
Oh, okay. Hello, my name is Millie. My character is Gehannes. And do we have a license for music in this?
We don't, I'm afraid.
No?
You can hum
Alright,
3
okay.
seconds of a tune and we won't get in trouble.
So everybody has to, like, imagine Chumbawamba song in their head,
Oh
right?
dear.
Yeah.
I'm glad we haven't got a license for that.
It's so that song, and like there's blue sky and it's beautiful. It's not anywhere near the Mechanolith, and there's this giant having a scrap and getting the snot kicked out of them, just like, you know, absolutely going. They go down, they get back up again, and then when they get back up again, they're on a different place. There's like what's the layer where we were playing Pathfinder, Pete?
Arlon.
Arlon. So it's Arlon, and they're there, and they're like, they're obviously in some sort of school or college, tiny books in giant hands, and then there's just like this teacher just going out, like pointing out, and get knocked out again, and then finally we sort of come across Gehannes on the Ashen Breeze, and behind them somewhere is like this researcher, and they've got like books and notes and a map pinned down with rocks, and they're just like, as like bad guys, enemies come in, they're swinging at this person, looking over the shoulder in a kind of like, can you hurry up? And there's just this little researcher kind of puddling through stuff, writing things down. Like they like slide in, someone slams into them, they launch over, and yeah, just Chumbawamba. I get knocked down, I get up again.
It's like smash cuts of different layers and getting better at fighting as you go, and yeah, cool.
Yeah, just all the way down, from the top all the way down to the bottom.
Every time you get punched down, you go bam,
down a layer,
bam, another layer.
Yeah, all the way down
until the end
probably,
on the Mechanolith.
just brawling. But yeah, they are a lowborn giant brawler who are a juggernaut, and they have failed all the way down to the bottom.
Awesome, fantastic. I realised I broke the alphabetical order earlier on, and we will go to Ben now.
Well, I suppose since we've had all the low class folks, let's move things up a notch and let's go over to the nicer part of town. So following all of the punching and the dirt and the grime, we're going to come to a much nicer part of the Mechanolith where people are dressed much finer, and it doesn't get much finer than the glorious red armor of Artemis Celebria, superstar Mechanolith pilot, legendary realm defender, soloist, and all-around superstar, beloved by many, followed by an entourage of adoring fans everywhere, is sort of waving to them as we go. Probably a PA running up, getting them to sign something for someone else, heading in towards some of the barracks where the more highborn folks might be prepared to discuss strategy and meet about important subject matters. Not that they really welcome her there either, because my God, she's just so extra.
Awesome.
Maybe as we zoom in, though, one of her eyes has a very little blue light deep down in the base of it that suggests that perhaps there's something a little bit more going on there. Something a little bit angular and glowing happening deep down somewhere inside that body.
Cool. Interesting. Okay, and last but very much not least, Rob.
Hi, I'm Rob. I will be playing Tiritimus, the Warborn Infernus Wizard. And whilst Basbaho stands majestically atop the gleaming spires of the Mechanolith, Tiritimus lurches out at dawn of his officers' club, wiping various stains off of his particularly dashing lilac dust coat, which he's had brought in at the waist. He loves war. It is the best thing ever. You can pull up all sorts of ordnance. You can just blow shit up left, right, and center. He's a junior ranking officer in the Evoker Enclave. He gets to do all sorts of shit. Sometimes he gets a bit punchy. So now he's been sort of moved to one side till the heat runs down to be amongst the specialists. Yeah, he's all lilac. He's got a thing for lilac. He's got a lilac dust coat. It's obviously got a hood because a hood is very cool. And he's got a giant staff in which I don't know why he needs it so big, but perhaps that's something to comment.
And where is Torito Mass's Gentleman's Club? Is it in the shadow of the wall itself, or is it a bit further away?
Well, it's quite close to where Artemis hangs out. It's in the better part of the town. The officers' club is called the Ra'if Ra'af Club.
The Ra'if Ra'af Club. Okay.
Yeah, because it's all about apostrophes with the Infernus. So yeah, that's it's a good part of town, but you know they do get a bit boisterous and from time to time are ejected for reasons beyond their control.
And I suppose it's super late or super early when Torito Mass is...
It's generally the sun's doing something, either coming up. Is there a sun?
You can't see the sun.
Excellent.
On Zarumir. The glow of hell dims slightly at night time.
Yeah, then that's what we're going by, absolutely.
Okay, so the light is a bit lower. And as you are leaving the Officers' Club, you can hear in the distance, behind the 1,000-foot tall wall, the constant sound, that low level, beautiful background music of your life, the endless war. It's going, and for a moment you hear a little crescendo of an explosion, and you think, what wonders is someone wreaking out there? I miss that. And
it makes my teeth tingle ever so slightly.
As you're caught in that moment, someone runs towards you. Sir.
Oh, quiet. Yeah. Yes. What?
It's someone from the Invoker Enclave, one of the kind of junior soldiers, one of the people that are there to guard all your important things in the Enclave, not someone who actually does the interesting stuff.
Yeah.
And he has a letter in his hand, and he hands it to you. He says, from Sir Talfor, sir, I was not allowed to open it, and he sort of looks like he wants to get rid of it.
Yes, these are my new orders, are they, son?
I don't know, sir. I assume so. He's kind of looking up at the club behind you, and the other people slowly sort of slinking out of this club.
Nothing to see here, son. Don't want to corrupt that glorious mind inside you.
Sort of straightens his uniform a little bit and pushes it. Sort of the edge of the envelope is now touching your clothes. It's kind of like.
Well, I'll take it from you, son. Don't panic yourself. Everything's fine and above board here. And I'll open the envelope in front. Obviously, I'll keep it secret.
As you open it up, he turns to leave and then remembers himself and stops. And looks at you expectantly.
Am I supposed to tip you, or am I expecting a salute?
It's more the latter.
Jolly good, yes.
Yes. You dismiss him?
Yes, yes. You're dismissed, boy. and I'll read the orders.
Okay. Within is a letter from Sir Talfor of the Peak, and his signature is at the bottom of the letter. And this is on every letter that any one of your team members has received about your collective instructions. It is a missive asking you to gather your team of specialists and to bring them to the Order's headquarters, whereupon you'll be given urgent orders for an imminent mission. There's no details in the letter itself, which to you, is fairly standard, right? He likes to summon you in and then tell you in person.
Right. There's nothing more that Tiritimas loves than after a busy night going and chilling out in Baz the Ho's roof garden. So
Okay.
That's nearby. It
Sure.
better be, because I'm going to struggle to get there if it's not.
There's probably a ladder involved though, right, Baz?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a pretty high roof, man.
Yeah,
he
I mean,
wants to. Baz wants
on.
to make sure that anybody who comes to visit him is adequately challenged to the acrobatic efforts of reaching his garden.
I mean, I'm quite impressed there was a ladder, because last time it was just a rope. So so I'll scale the ladder and not look down, and it's always a treat to get to Baz's roof garden. It has some inner tranquility, which Tiritimas never thought that he'd actually would appeal to him, but he's very comfortable there, and he gets up there, grabs the nearest available honey cake. He's gained a taste for the sugar dance too, and sort of frisbees the orders to Baz and says, "We're up."
One long, lanky arm reaches up, far longer than it should be, and these incredibly long fingers grabs it. His lips pull back into a sniff, and you see these huge canines coming out of his snout. Thomas, do we have something to do? Or better yet, and he rolls forward and starts patting down your lavender coat. Do you have any nuts on you?
Do I ever have any nuts on me? I mean,
Do you?
To be fair,
Up to you.
To be fair,
You've just been in a club, right? You've probably
To be
got some
fair,
nuts in your
yeah.
pocket somewhere.
to be fair, I reach inside my pockets. There's sort of some broken up cheroots, and in my left hand there is some. I mean, is it impolite to say these are monkey nuts? I mean, yes, right? No, they're all yours. No, you have them.
But do you think of me as a monkey?
Oh gosh, we've had this conversation before, haven't we? I don't know the taxonomical backgrounds of all the creatures of Glorim and Arlorn and any of that.
Well,
You're
let's
my
put
mate.
it this way. If you give me your nuts from your pocket, we'll ignore this conversation altogether.
We're not married or anything if I do, are we?
Not to me.
No, not in... Okay, right, nuts away. Yes, I think we need to find the others, Baz.
And you see... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, Baz, you noticed two things. When you held the letter, there was quite a smell of kind of gunpowder and shot to it. And Tiritimas stinks of booze and the club. Has tried to cover it with some sort of, someone obviously on the way out has given him some sort of spritz, but it's not really covering it. So yeah.
Tritamas, you smell terrible. I have an idea, a challenge, something that'll get your blood flowing. And he
Oh god.
ambles over to the edge of the roof on all fours, and then stands up, pushes the ladder over the side, grabs the drain pipe, and just sort of abseils down the side of the building. Come, my friend, we have many more to find.
And so does Baz sort of just slide down the fireman's pole, so to speak.
Indeed.
I'm not having a fucking monkey show me up. and I will jump straight down and slide down. I don't know about how the landing's going to be worked
I
out.
think we're going to need to have a roll for that, right?
Yes, I think so.
This would probably be our first roll, so that's good. So let's have a look. This is going to be So you've as you said, you just kind of leapt over and you're kind of just sliding down the pole. Okay, so we're going to need an agility roll, and this will be difficulty 11. Now, if you want, and I'm willing to do this, you may automatically succeed if you rip your trousers going down the drain pipe.
And
whereas if you fail, you might hurt yourself.
Yeah, and if I allowed the trousers to be ripped, would the rip turn them into a rather dashing kimono type effect or sari type?
You might be able to pull it off like that. You might be able to style it out, but that would give you one stress rather than taking any hit points from falling off the side of the building.
Right, I'd actually like to roll the dice because
cool.
No one has.
But it's the kind of thing that I will offer you guys throughout the game, because it's an option with the system that I can offer you. I can tempt you. It does remind me a little bit of what we used to do in Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, where you could offer someone a point of corruption. You could be like, oh, if you do this, but you just have to take a point of corruption.
Rob, do you have any experiences of falling off roofs that you could have +2 to your roll with?
So my 2 experiences are CAD, which sort of isn't. This is much more of what was going on this evening.
You are bounding in a way, aren't you?
This is boundering, yeah.
I wanted to. The other, it doesn't work. And the other experience is I love the smell of fireballs in the morning.
Yeah, that doesn't really count.
No. So I have +0 in agility, so I'm just going to roll agility.
Got this.
So it's just roll, and you want me to announce what I've got, Peter?
Yes, because I just haven't got the rolling on the screen as of yet, but we will announce it to everybody.
I got 10.
Oh, with fear.
And what did I say the difficulty was?
11. And I got 10 with fear. Thank you.
With fear. So you
hold on.
Jump over the sign.
Have I not got something I can just fudge this with? Scrabbles through character sheet. Yeah. No, carry on, Pete. It's all on you.
And just to our viewers, this is the first time 5 of us have played Daggerheart. Ben's had a couple of sessions already. So we're a bit new to the system, a bit new to the style. So bear with us while we get used to some of the roles. Okay, so Teritamas is like, I'm not having you show me up. Swings over the side, slides down the pole, rips his trousers, and falls the last sort of 10 feet of the way, twisting his ankle viciously and taking... Oh, whoops. Here we go. 4 points of physical damage.
Does armor reduce this somehow?
No. So what are your damage thresholds?
My damage threshold, the numbers say 7 and 14.
Okay, so I didn't get over the first number, so you take 1 hit point.
You can spend a point of armor to negate it, but it will use up one of your armor boxes.
Yes.
No, man. I take a hit point of thing.
Okay.
And then
cool, so there's a loud crack as Teritamas kind of slides down, tries to style it with a grin. There's a loud rip and then a crack as he hits the floor. And you kind of get up, and Baz is kind of giving you a... What kind of look is Baz giving Teritamas?
His head's cocked a little bit, and he's snickering. So his canines are out, and his lips, he's like, Teritamas, you don't just smell like booze, and now you smell like mud and filth. And by the way, your pants are ripped. We'll work on that later.
I feel the style marks were more in your favour than mine, Baz. Next time.
At least we know what the big stick is for now.
And that also got me a point of fear. So thank you very much, Rob.
Oh, you're very welcome for everything.
Who should we go find?
Who's nearest?
Well, you're near to Artemis, aren't you? Because it's the fancy part of town.
Yeah, I never know where the bloody druid's gone. Wildborn. He's always outside. So yeah, let's go get the clank.
Yes. Torgrim. Good dwarf. I've heard tell that she absolutely adores you.
Well, I could quite believe that. But I mean, yeah, well, tattoos, it's rather sort of full on, isn't it? But yeah, let's go get the clank and their device.
So where is Artemis right now as they arrive to find her?
Oh, what's the fantasy equivalent of a photo op?
Posing for a portrait?
It's like you're a tourist on the River Thames, getting your caricature done.
Have you written a book on your experience driving the Realm Defender and you're doing a book signing or something like that?
You know what? Let's just be having a nice fancy breakfast at Terraced Cafe.
Okay.
A couple of plants around the place. That's how fancy it is.
And not cacti. These are actually plants from in the foot peaks that have been cultivated, or maybe a nearby rooftop garden. And this cafe is, showing those off. Excellent.
Very, very small coffees.
Okay, so you're probably aware of Taritamas and Baz approaching you before they get to you.
Oh, good lord! They let them in.
Well, your PA meets them at the door
Good.
and sort of says, "Hello again. Can I help you?"
Baz probably gets there first because my ankle's done.
Oh, yes, of course you can help me. I would like some fruit and Artemis.
Well, I believe the staff can help you with the fruit, but Artemis, unfortunately, is busy for the next 27 minutes having breakfast.
You asked me if you could help me, and you could help me with fruit and Artemis.
She leans over and picks up a bowl of fruit and hands it to you. They're all kind of they used to be prickly. They've all had the prickles removed. They're kind of trying to make the fruit look like it's sort of slightly more higher layer.
He doesn't mind the prickles. He enjoys the way they poke into the insides of his cheek. And he's like, all right, now, Artemis.
Well, if you just wait here for a moment. She turns away
just sort
without...
of rolls around the PA.
And she's turning as you do that, and you're suddenly then standing in front of her again. She just
Is it
kind
this
of...
way, then?
She kind of just nods and kind of... She's getting used to Artemis's interesting colleagues. I was about to say friends, but colleagues is probably...
So in that rolling gait in his quadruped stance, hands and feet, he just quickly lurches his way in and then crouches on the chair across from Artemis, his arms dangling over his knees. Artie, we've got a job.
Okay, well, we'll pick this up later then, ladies. Thank you.
Is that
for your
juice?
The others...
Yes, it is.
He just reaches out and grabs 2 glasses of juice, one from the ladies and one from Artemis. He drinks them. Yeah, that's not bad. A little peppery, unexpected.
She kind of... Well, I never. Maybe next time we should meet somewhere a little bit more private. And one of them sort of storms off.
I wouldn't worry about it, dear. He can find us wherever we go.
If you want to meet somewhere private, I have a beautiful roof garden. I'm more than happy to show you. Can you climb?
It is quite pleasant, to be
She
fair.
looks at you confused and walks towards the exit. And the other one sort of says, "Oh, sorry. I'll talk to your. I'll talk to. Well, yeah. Thanks." And sort of backs off and then heads off.
Good work, Baz. They were never going to leave me alone otherwise.
Well, always happy to help a dear friend. Tritamas is outside. He's limping a bit. He fell off my roof.
Occupational hazard, I imagine. Could you pack some of these up to go? Yeah, thank you. I'll take a couple of coffees and meet Tritames outside.
Yeah.
Just kind of hand him a coffee.
A kind of couple of sort of sacks are handed over with, there you go. There's your takeout.
No time for breakfast again, TT.
No, it was quite a challenging evening. Ankle's
Certainly
playing up a
smells
bit.
like it.
Yes, well, definitely launder the coat. Definitely should buy another. How are you doing? Everything all right with your the cybernetics and all that? Whatever.
Swimmingly, darling, swimmingly. Yes, no, nothing to complain about. No problems. Seems to have quieted right down.
Good, good, good. I hate anything, any issues that require to be removed and taken somewhere else.
No, not a one. It seems to be quite fond of me.
Well, that's well, aren't we all? Aren't we all? Lovely. Thank you for the coffee.
I'm assuming we have work and this isn't just a social call.
Oh, bloody hell, no, we've got work. Need to find the druid and the brawler, whose names will become more familiar as
you sober up.
Tridamus, it's Gehaneth and Torgrim. You've
Yes,
got to
I
remember
have-
these things. Did you land? You did not seem to land on your head. It looked like you just landed on your ankle badly. But
Well, to be fair, Baz, I was trying to land on you, but you sort of scarpered out of the way.
Yes.
No, I've got the right screen up now, and it says Torgrim and Artemis. So.
Ganath's easy enough to find. He is the tallest and most naked person down here.
That's
Is that
two
your
things.
is that your next?
Yes. Ganath,
Okay.
then. Just look up for nakedness.
So Millie, where is Ganath when they come to find them?
I think he's sat, sort of hunched over a table, in like he's gone to get something made in a forge, like a thing. So he's sat at a table, like the sort of table where you'd put your cup of water, well, because your forge is super hot, kind of thing. So he's sat there. He's got a really small book on the table. He's reading it whilst, yeah. So he's just like like this, whilst somebody in the forge is making something for him, and it's just like a small sort of trinket kind of thing.
Belt buckle or something.
So he wants.
He doesn't wear a belt, does he? He just wears
No.
pants.
Pants, just a pair of pants.
Okay.
He wants a
try.
coin. He wants a coin that's
Okay.
like a bigger sized coin, not a normal sized coin, like a giant sized coin. And
Fits
that's
his
what he's
hand, so he can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He wants a giant sized coin. And like as he's hunched over like this table, like all of his back is just like a different shade of bruise or like scar tissue kind of thing, or just like all over. And he's just there reading slowly. If you look at the book, most of it's written in like dwarven script, but you can see where there's annotations in it, where he's sort of making notes, and then occasionally there's like those etching pictures in it, and it's just of like a hand with the coin on the knuckles, and he's like looking at it and he's reading it. He's got notes in it, and he's
Cool.
waiting.
Okay. So there's a forge fire. So it's a hot room. Probably sweating. You're used to sort of colder climes, right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah, he's definitely like perpetually sweaty.
Yeah. Okay.
Perpetually.
Hard to get a grip of.
Yeah.
And there's this is there's quite a few people, workmen in here. So there are some forging away, there are some doing fine work, there's some doing leather work to another side. So there's a kind of bit of a din of activity going on. So you're not quite aware, and you're in your book looking at your thing.
Yeah, reading
So you're
the book.
not quite aware when one of the others alerts you to their presence. So who's?
I think Baz, because he's in competition with Ganeth, drops down from the ceiling in front of Ganeth, then rolls over onto one arm in a handstand, and then pushes himself up onto his fingers and just starts doing one-handed fingertip push-ups and just smiling upside down at Ganeth. 42 this morning, my friend.
He'll look up, close the book and cover it with his hand, and then like slide it into some sort of pocket or, bag. And it's cheating if all of your limbs are like no, one. And he just looks frustrated at the. It's cheating. We need to.
It is not my fault that the Simia is a superior race. I mean, after all, if you could grow fur, you wouldn't have all those scars on your back.
No, we can't hear you, Manny.
I've turned Ganna speechless.
Yeah, absolutely. Am I back? There we go.
Yes.
If I could grow fur, I would sweat to death.
Oh. You do smell quite ripe already. Not as bad as Tritimas. He smells much worse today.
All right, we keep bringing up my.
And they're standing behind, in the doorway, the entranceway to the forge.
Oh, don't
Hey,
worry,
Ganna.
TT, darling. There's still Torgrim to pick up, and if it comes to a competition of whose smell is the ripest, I think we have a clear winner.
Thank you. What are you reading for, Genna? No good's ever come of that.
Well, look,
Not what are you reading? What are you reading for?
Yes, there's no good can come from reading.
well, I'm supposed to be a research assistant. Like, I
Oh.
should assist the research.
Right. Sure,
Yeah.
you do you, love. Yeah, off you pop.
Just looks really confused. Like, this is what I'm supposed to do.
No, that's great. Shall we, anyone seen Torgrim in the last sort of 12 to 15 hours?
Where is Torgrim when the when everyone's doing this? When the party finds
The
Torgrim.
tumbleweed
But
go by.
you guys leave to find Torgrim, and as you do, the dwarven blacksmith calls out to Ganath and flips this huge coin, which is like, I mean, dwarves have quite big hands, though.
Yeah,
right?
they're
so,
really
so
big
like,
hands.
boom, like this, and it flips through the air, and Ganath catches it.
Oh, how many eyes has Ganath got?
Just two. Just two. It's probably why he's not very good at fighting on Yanis.
It's nice when they settle down during puberty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Dan, where's Torgrim when the party locate him?
Though Torgrim is usually a resident of the savannah-like nature behind the wall. Am I right in saying that?
Yep.
And he lives in one of those little savannah kind of like tree on a board with a harp over it. He's not there today. He's in town, so he is around trading in furs, which he's hunted. So all you really need to do is listen out for the shouting and arguing, because he is not a good barterer, and not very good at this whole trading malarkey. So there's a lot of frustration and anger. So if you listen for the sound of the shouting, arguing dwarf getting angrier and angrier in the marketplace.
And when you
That kind
arrive,
of
you can't.
describes the whole Mechanolith, doesn't it?
You also can't tell which is Torgrim, this mound of fur or this mound of furs. Yeah, you come across Torgrim where he regularly trades in the market with particular fur traders, and Baz knows that Torgrim often trades with this particular person. So you guys see this, or you hear this dwarf shouting loud before you even get there, and you all recognise Torgrim's dulcet tones. And as you round the corner, you see him with his weird hair and his chalk and his tattoos and his grease and his big boots and everything. Like,
If anyone says that he smells better than me, he's livid.
See, Baz
I
just kind of mimes shutting his lips.
I have a certain musk. Mine is a outdoor smell.
Mine's just.
as in, when they smell you, they send you outdoors.
I mean, I live in the countryside. I know what the outdoors smells like. What you're saying is you stink of cow shit.
What a fragrant party.
I must
Fantastic.
have done something wrong in a previous life. I really did
Yes.
think, that the Infernus officer would at least have some class, maybe a smidge of decorum.
Don't know that word, love. Can't smell it, can't spell it, can't blow it up.
No,
Don't need to know it.
no. You're a lush in a fancy coat.
Oh, you say such lovely things to me. Torgrim, what you selling?
Trying to sell these furs. But
Again.
this gentleman here
Yes.
says that these furs are only worth one. Or whatever that is, he says, pointing towards a coin.
And how
But
much
last
do you think
week, they were worth two.
Yes,
But-
well, maybe if you
but this
hadn't
is all
left
you
them to
sell.
rot for a week, they might still be worth two.
But also, he sold me 400 of these in the last 6 weeks. I don't need any more of these. Why would I pay 2 for these now?
But why are you here buying them then?
He turned up to my stall. I'm here buying and selling furs. He's here to sell his furs to me.
Look, just take the furs off his hands and give him the money, and we'll take him away. How does that sound?
1.5.
Oh, fine.
One of those and one of the smaller ones.
Yeah, hands you 2 handfuls of coins for a big bunch of furs that you've hunted.
Right.
Is this the time to talk about currency in Daggerheart?
Well, yes. You have handfuls of coins, and 10 handfuls of coins equal a bag of coins, and 10 bags of coins equal a chest of coins. Sounds a bit like copper, silver, and gold, but we won't. It's like it's supposed to abstract money, but it just does it in 10 still. It's like anyway.
Unintentionally does
But
it,
I might
yeah.
say, a handful of coins. So it's to
Handful of
see, it's
coins.
not any specific metal or any specific value. So you can, because it's all about campaign frames, and they don't want to say it's gold coins or silver coins or copper coins. You can have those.
Some of the campaign frames have got other smaller denominations as well.
Sure, absolutely.
I'm gonna give my 2 handfuls of coins to the smartest person in the party, which is Ganath, to look after.
Holy-
Stra-
Am I
Canap
really?
does not have any pockets.
Well, we're both
Okay.
bare-chested, so
Oh, that's true.
I don't have any
Going in
pockets
his
either.
pants.
Nobody
have a
wants to
pocket.
know.
Yeah, you've
I've got a book somewhere.
Yeah, you've got like a
Oh.
pouch or a satchel or something,
I've got
Ganath
something.
is clearly the smartest because he has a book.
You can't argue
Yeah.
with that kind of
That's a
logic.
good point.
This is
'cause
true.
it's insane.
He's clear.
Yeah.
He is clearly the smartest with a book.
We're going to have a
And I
conversation.
don't really need these handfuls of coins anyway.
Right, I will put the handfuls of coins with other coins and one oversized coin.
Okay.
Baz, can you show Torgrim whoever's got the orders, show them to Torgrim, will you?
Oh, we actually do have orders. This wasn't just a social call.
No, sorry, meant to say.
I did wonder if you were going to bring them up at any point.
actual orders.
It's about time.
Shall Ganath read them to you, Torgrim, as they're the smartest here?
Okay, so there is
Can
a
I read?
letter. Yeah, yeah.
Pretty sure I can.
Literacy, we're not too
Is
worried.
it dwarven?
Right, yeah.
No, it's not. Oh, actually, it is probably written in
Yeah, it
Dwarven.
would
Yeah,
be.
It's
in
probably
which
written
case
in
I
Dwarven.
can read it.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah. Runic is the
Dwarven
oldest language, which is
Okay, so
synonymous
yeah,
with
probably read it.
Dwarven, because dwarves were the first, but it was the only language.
And the best.
Just getting flashbacks to those English lessons where they made everybody read in turn, and that meant that the people who could read really well had to wait for the people that couldn't read really well.
So you're waiting for Torgrim to finish reading the letter. It's a short letter, and it says you're summoned to the headquarters of the Order of Specialists. Now, the headquarters for the Order of Specialists is an old... sorry, let me get the name right. It's not the Invoker's Enclave. It's the other one. The Ordnance Tradition. So it's an old Ordnance Tradition fortress on the inner side of the Mechanolith wall, so 1,000 foot tall. And from where you are in the kind of city, in between the foot peaks and the wall, you kind of looking up at the wall, this huge edifice, this big clockwork cannon covered wall that goes all the way around the World Mountain. You are always kind of in awe of the size of this structure, and Torgrim in particular, and Ganath, it having been built by dwarves and the giants, are particularly proud of this kind of amazing...
Yeah, giants built some stuff, didn't they? Yeah.
Absolutely. This huge battlement that protects the upper layers from the legions of hell, quite literally. And you can kind of always see it from wherever you are. There's like a little bit that comes out this side of the wall, and it's an old ordnance tradition facility. Now it's built next to the inner track, which is a railway that runs around inside the wall that goes all the way around the World Mountain, and there's whole teams and people who go out to fix this track, and occasionally you guys have done that yourselves at one point when it looked like there may have been sabotage on the inner track. So you're very familiar making your way there, and you pass through several checkpoints into the big kind of Minas Tirith style castle, huge fortress that's built on the inside of the wall, that allows everyone to bring all the gear and weapons of war and tools and materials in, for it to be then converted into, let's go fight the bad guys. From that other similar outcroppings from the wall, there are the sky tethers that go up at like a fairly steep angle, but not insurmountable, up to stalactite bastions on the ceiling of the layer above Udril, so the underhang is called. And there are 4 stalactite bastions. So you can see there's 3 huge chains, and each link of the chain is the size of a house. So you can always see these things going off into the smoke and the kind of ash that lingers in the air as the endless war continues. So you guys kind of head towards this thing. Teritamas, you're like, yeah, this is the machine of war. This is beautiful. Ganath and Torgrim, you're thinking, this thing that we built, this is amazing. Baz, the kind of duty you have of, coming down from the layers above, succeeding to be the one to be here. And Artemis, there's something about this thing that's in you, and you're kind of bound to it and feel that feeling. So you all have this kind of, although it's an endless war, you've all chosen to be here for one reason or another, and you have this kind of link to this giant structure. So you make your way through these checkpoints, and you have your Order of Specialists badges, effectively, that allow you to pass through checkpoints. And you make your way up into the kind of inner workings. There are lots of kind of huge elevators with winches and pulleys moving people up through the wall itself. And after a few hours, unless you guys want to stop and do anything particular on the way, you will arrive at the Order of Specialists. They call it the castle, but it's not a separate entity. It's kind of like a big chunk that sticks out the side. Lots of windows looking out across the city behind, resolute pattern. So as you kind of make your way up and you're walking along these corridors towards Sir Talfor's chambers, his kind of war room. Not that he's in charge of the war or anything, he's in charge of you guys. The corridor you're walking along is a bit like quite a dune kind of feel, with those slot windows and kind of amber light coming in, and you can kind of see out the mountain in the distance, the World Mountain, which goes up forever, and you can't see the top of it on this layer. And you walk down, and there are guards lining each side, and there's kind of banners hanging, Order of Specialist symbol. We can come up with something for that later, something that maybe appeals to all of you. And at the end there's a large set of double doors, and they're actually open. Sir Talfor is an older knight. He is what you would call probably retired. He has his left arm is he's lost his left arm in the war, and his old suit of armor that he wore was converted into a biomechanical replacement arm for him on his left side. So he has like a big, Galaxy Rangers guy with the metal arm, and he's got like cool beard, grey beard, good hair, good head of hair. I mean, I'm not picturing myself in this, don't worry. He's got a good head of hair, like he's kind of, maybe he could even like flick it a little bit back, but it's grey itself and silver, so he's got that kind of look, and he looks up at you guys. He's got scars himself, and even the effect of living on the Zadumir realm, the kind of inherent chaos that Throx, the evil god you're all trying to fight back, its power leaks into the world like all the other gods do, and you can see he's been up against it many times, and he's got like parts of his skin are kind of super dry, very dry and cracked, look almost scaly in certain parts, and he doesn't hide any of it. He kind of bears his warts and all, right? And he's looking over, it's sort of looking at a table with maps and books and things piled on it, and kind of wooden miniatures and all that, like generals like to have to sort of position around. No dice though. And he kind of sees you and gives you a little. There's no kind of saluting in the Order of Specialists, because you're specialists, yeah. You're all like individuals who are brought in for various reasons to do things. So he knows you're not all strict military people, but he kind of looks like he's going to salute, but he doesn't, and he keeps forgetting. He's clearly got it ingrained. He was in the military for a very long time, so he's keeps himself very well. His clothes always look not fancy, but like spot on, and his room is always like well organized, and he's got a very organized mind. So he kind of calls to you down the hallway as you are here, come.
Yeah, I'm not going to shake hands with him, not after last time. That was a mistake. Probably still apologizing. The device likes machines.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah, a little bit connected in the wrong way.
Wonder if we can pilot this arm. No, stop piloting the man's arm. Retract the tendrils.
He kind of nods at each of you. Good to see you again. I trust you've all been well over the last week or so.
Oh, very good.
Fine, thank you.
Very good, sir.
Excellent. We've got a bit of a situation. Two situations, I should say. Strangely happening at the same time, which as I've said many times before, I don't believe in coincidence. So he says Nalana's spear, and you all know the names of the stalactite bastions. That's one of the stalactite bastions. He says Nalana's spear has gone silent. Some supplies were sent up a few days ago, and the automaton didn't return, which it normally would do. He sort of looks more at Artemis when he's talking about the automaton. We sent some engineering teams up to see if it was a faulty automaton, but they haven't returned. Jemba is a supply manager that some of you have heard of, related to lots of sort of movements up and down from military positions. Jemba is getting impatient and raised it with the council. I had hoped they would talk to me first, as we often look into these sorts of situations, but it's probably good that they didn't, because we've had I don't know if you've noticed, he looks at Teritamas, a certain elevation in the explosive occurrences beyond the wall.
Oops.
He kind of remembers every time that you're slightly pyromaniac. But well, there's been an attack on Forward Station. Now, Forward Station is the most forward chained bastion out at the time. So there are 6 chain bastions that are like big castles on wheels that roll out from the wall, and if there's super bad emergency, huge things inside the wall crank the chains and wheel it back in, and the fight is taken at the wall. And if really bad things happen, then the realm defenders get released from inside the wall to fight, and that's good and bad. So Forward Station's been attacked. At the moment we have this Stalactite Bastion go silent. However, Forward Station takes priority. So Captain Lycos has diverted all Forces troops and supplies to support Forward Station, and in fact, I believe, I don't know which one, but one of the other bastions is being wheeled out right now to provide support. Apparently is a large force. This doesn't concern me. They've dealt with this before many times. What I am concerned about is this kind of synchronicity between these two events. We reported this to the Ordnance Tradition, and Dulavan, one of their diviners, attempted to scry inside the stalactite and was unable to do so, and this set alarm bells ringing. Unfortunately, most of our resources available for such tasks have been already set in motion. So they came to my door and asked for my help. As normal, they informed me last. However, I thought I have a very capable team on the books right now who are not on an operation, who could ascend the sky tether and investigate Nalana's spear. We have an automaton at your for your use, and sort of says to Artemis, it's a standard ascender, nothing fancy, I'm afraid, but it would take you and enough supplies for the bastion up the chain. But anyway, I need you to go up there and find out what's going on. He seems to signal one of the guards in the corridor, and this guard, you hear him walk off. So look, it's dangerous up there, right? And he looks around and he says, have any of you been up to any of the stalactite bastions before?
Absolutely not. No, definitely not.
Okay.
I imagine Ganeth has, but not for an extended sort of trip, but more like we're going up there to get a book, or we're going up there to get a thing. Make sure this person doesn't die on the way.
Sure. Yeah.
When I've flown past them, I went on one of those Gnomish airship things and went by one, so I've seen them closer, but not inside. No.
Well, they're pretty small fortifications, and actually,
are they not designed to be dropped on enemy soldiers?
well, it's good thing you mentioned that, Artemis. And the guard comes back with a dwarf, and this dwarf is kind of wearing quite impressive guildsman gear, with a thick apron that looks like it's more ceremonial than functional, right? With nice emblems on it, but no kind of dirt or muck on them.
Transferred Legion / Freemasons.
Yeah, and he's got he has got a perfectly rectangular or cuboid beard, perfectly trimmed like some sort of expert hedge. And he comes walking in and he's like, right, well, is this your lot? And Sir Talfa's like, please just explain to them what operation you were about to begin. And he goes, right, well, Nalana's spear, we're about to equip another stalactite with blasting charges to be available as a last resort weapon. Some other guards kind of come in with a large case and says, we need you to take them up. The fact that we're under attack whilst we were trying to do this, we believe it may be linked. So we need you to take these blasting charges up, and if need be, so Talfor like waves, like does this to Tomas, like calm. If need be, employ and deploy. But we will send the usual signals from the wall if such things are needed. But yes, these are needed. And Sir Talfor says, well, thank you, Mr. Barrelbeard. And he walks off. And Sir Talfor looks at Taritamas and says, please, do not deploy these before intended.
No deploying before intended, except in the most serious of circumstances.
Of course. As always, that follows pretty much everything I ask you to do or not to do.
Define serious circumstances.
Yeah.
You're all about to die.
Okay. So no deploying unless we think it's possible that we should deploy them.
That's right.
Excellent news. I'll have them.
Right.
Absolutely not. No, please no.
Well, look.
Look, they're big and heavy.
He is the most versed in these sort of
And
things.
therein lies the problem, though. Torgrim?
Well, there's a reason we have a member of the Invokers Enclave here. However, perhaps you might want to drink some coffee before, or on the way, I would think. I'm not sure it has a coffee dispenser on the automaton. I'm sorry if it doesn't.
Coffee's very bad for you. It dehydrates you no end out in the desert. No. No, don't worry, we'll be fine. There's something else we'll be drunk with.
Very well. A carriage on the inner track will take you round to the emplacement for the sky tether. And he looks over the guards, and the guard nods, and he goes, yeah, a carriage awaits you. Is there anything you need to prepare? Do you have all of your gear? We can send a runner if you need anything.
I don't think Johannes needs anything, but he, like, all through this, he's got a little notebook and a little pencil. He's making some notes. He's, keeping a log. He is interested in some of the timeline for, like, the forward station under attack, and like the calendar of that. So he does ask a few questions about stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like last contact with, is it
Nalana's spear? 3 days ago.
Spear. Okay.
Yep.
Not an orb.
No,
a spear.
not a sphere.
Okay.
A spear.
Spear.
Sorry.
Okay. It's just.
Yeah. No. It's good to get it right.
So he does ask like those kind of questions.
Well, I think it was actually 4 days ago that we last had signals. Mm-hmm. 3 days ago we sent supplies, but they didn't come back.
Okay. Yeah, he just goes through that a little bit, like Columbo asking all those questions. Sure. Eventually he'll work something out. Kind of thing.
And how long is this intelligence embargoed?
Well, I don't want you to share it with anyone.
He wants to share it with his fans.
No, I want to share it with my publicist so that my publicist can share it with my fans once we've actually got it written up and a story there to tell.
Write a letter, and I will send it when.
Very well.
If this if it's been occupied by the enemy, and there's no way of us to free it, can we blow it up then?
Yeah, the camera cuts straight to Tritimus's face.
We can do
Would you like to know more?
Let us war more.
That would have to be the most dire of situations. If there are enemy forces inside the bastion, you must do everything you can to destroy them without destroying Nalana's spear itself.
Everything we can to destroy them.
Everything you can,
No. Please don't waste them.
Waste what? Okay, sorry. Yeah, no, I'm being good. No, absolutely being good.
But it's good to get clear on these things at the beginning, isn't it?
Yes.
TT, think about it like this. Yes, you could just blow up the spear and it would look spectacular and fantastic. And
thank you.
We could walk away from it putting like shaded glass on over our eyes.
Damn
or
right.
we could not do that until one of Jean's terror beasts crawls out of one of their horrible flesh pit things and comes stalking towards the city. Then we could do it and get lots and lots and lots of fame and popularity at the same time.
Terror beasts are really cool though, so I can see your point. Yeah, like totally, we can get all of these cool things. Yeah, that'd be amazing.
And
Save it for the terror
so
beast.
Talfor says to you, also consider the chain.
Yes, we do need to ride that back down.
If you blow the stalactite, how are you getting back down? Although I assume you're about to die if you're blowing the stalactite anyway. But also that chain will descend as well as the stalactite.
With
and it might
us-
damage the wall.
With us on it.
Well, we
That's
don't want to
really
damage.
dramatic. Sorry.
Okay.
That would be cool.
This is normally where our briefings finish. And I believe you all have this conversation outside my office without me, and that makes me worry a lot less. And I think that's a policy we should employ going forward.
Thank you. We don't want the wall damaged in any way, obviously.
Yeah, no more than it already is.
Yeah.
Look, in all seriousness, it may just be something innocuous, but I highly doubt it. If it is, use the signal station on the stalactite to signal us. There may be something we don't know. There may be some pocket of gas from Udril that's been tapped into and knocked everybody out inside the stalactite, which would be completely strange but not completely unheard of. So there are possible explanations for this. But I'm sure with your broad set of skills, you will be able to figure it out quickly and resolve it and signal back. Okay, Ganeth, as this is going on and they're all kind of chatting and stuff, you've noticed that there's like not a schematic but kind of like a detailed artistic drawing of the chain and the stalactite, and there's like little levels inside the stalactite drawn. So he's got the Nalana's spear kind of like tactical plan on the table in front of him, and you've quite quietly kind of been like trying to draw it without anyone really noticing what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to try and pay attention and create his own little bit of research.
Sure.
Just
Cool. Okay, right. So, you guys are all dismissed, and you make your way down this corridor again. This lovely long carpet down the middle of it, and that red amber light coming in through the window, kind of gleaming off the guard's armor. You make your way out to there's a platform for the inner track, and there is a carriage waiting for you. It's not one of the nice ones that the dignitaries or the officers travel in. It's one of the troops movement carriages, obviously the only thing they really have available to them very quickly.
What will Artemis think?
No, it's fine. This works. We need to look serious and grim whilst boarding.
I look serious and grim all the time.
Perfect. Keep that. That's beautiful. Love it. Great. Good work. Oh, the grimace really gives it something.
You climb in, and there are kind of simple chairs, benches along the length of it, and they're kind of facing inwards, so people with lots of gear. It's not like a passenger bus, right, where it's all lots of little benches with not much room. It's kind of like there's going to be people with shields and swords and that kind of stuff. So there's plenty of space for you to kind of spread out a bit. And one of the guards steps in and moves to the control console, and there's a movement and a glowing rune on the control panel, and the carriage starts to move along the track. So the carriage on the inner track slides into a very quiet platform. There are two guards standing on the platform, wearing fairly standard Mechanolith soldier uniforms, not Order of Specialists, special troopers. And the guard on the carriage turns to you and kind of hands out a seal of the Order of Specialists for you to, although you've got your own badges, that just identifies you. It doesn't necessarily give you special clearance to go to highly secure locations. And a sky tether is highly secure for good reason. So these two guards are just the beginning of what you know was probably quite a well-armed area.
So it's given us a pass that will give us access to multiple sites.
Yes.
Multi-pass.
Yeah. Any kind of he's not sure who is in charge in your unit, or if anyone is.
Fitness is in charge. He's an officer.
Well,
I'm an officer.
he actually
We don't
hands it
follow his
to
instructions, but technically
Ganath,
he's in
because
staff
Ganath
in
is like
charge.
the most physically imposing. So he kind of hands over and goes, this is the pass that will get you through the facility. I've got to take the carriage back. Once you signal, we'll obviously come and get you, or this facility will send you back in one of their carriages.
Right, you are. Good work. Thank you. I shall
Okay.
beat a hasty retreat from the carriage.
Okay. So you climb out onto the platform, and the two guards are there, and they check your credentials. You show the seal, and you're let into a corridor. This corridor is 8 foot high, so I don't know, Ganath, if you need to like stoop slightly, or you probably do just a bit anyway, because it's not, for you, a particularly high ceiling. But it's probably about 30 feet wide, and it's 100 feet long, and all the walls down each side have bright runes on them. And the floor has various very old kind of scuff marks or scorch marks in the stone. And Teritamas, you recognize the work of the Invoker Enclave, and that this is a chamber that can obviously be activated to pulverize a small force of people moving through it, as a first kind of line of defense. But you make your way across a strange walk, a quiet clop of just your feet clopping or slapping. I don't know, Ganath, you got bare feet?
Probably.
Baz has got bare feet, right? So Torgrim's wearing big boots. Artemis has probably got some awesome heels or something, or battle boots. And Teritamas, you're probably wearing quite nice shoes. So there's like a mixture of slap and clops on this. And there's not much other noise, and it's kind of echoing sideways. It's kind of strange chamber, and you can imagine the kind of destruction that could be let loose in this room. So
I've been working with one of the Qatari designers recently, so these boots are meow meow.
So they have little paws on the front. So you make your way through and into a chamber where you are being watched from beyond arrow slits. And ahead of you, there is like a large table. I say desk, but it's more of a table. And there is a man standing behind it, in armor, chain and plate. And he kind of looks at you as you approach, and he's like, "Halt. I've been informed we've got a team of Order of Specialists moving through. Is that yourselves?"
Yes.
"Do you have a seal to prove your identity and authorization to move to the Sky Tether?"
Yes.
"Please produce that and place it on the table."
Like,
"Just you," he says.
Clunk.
And you kind of step forward and put it on the table. And he kind of moves over and he puts something over it. And then he takes it off and he goes, "Excellent." And he doesn't touch it though, and he kind of looks at you like, "You can take it now."
all right. Yeah.
You'll find access to the Sky Tether through this door over here. He does not point at the other door at all or tell you what the other door might be. Please be
What's
careful.
behind the other door?
More of those guys.
All right. Would you like a honey cake?
He's complete. It's like a. You see him double take, and he's like, "Yeah."
So Baz pulls out this individually wrapped honey cake and gives it to him. I make it myself.
Oh, he's like, not sure now that you said that. It's
it's quite
this
good.
guy's a human. He's just kind of he kind of reaches out. He says, "Well, thank you." And as you're kind of watching him, he's like, takes a bite, and he's like, very interesting, very sweet, very nice, good density.
It's the coconut fried ants in the middle that give it the density.
Excellent. So, a little bit of protein in there as well, then.
Yeah.
20 grams? Does it get to 20 grams? No.
No, not per cake. Not per cake.
Okay. Thank you very much for the gift. I don't normally get gifts from the engineers who go up are normally a bit more business-like. Obviously, good luck with.
You've got a friend in me, so.
Okay. Right, and he kind of gestures to you.
We're gonna go now.
Humans are so odd.
Aren't they though?
Weird as hell.
There's not a single human in this party. It's excellent.
No. And actually, you haven't seen a lot of humans, right? So you mostly see dwarves and giants, which is why it was actually a bit weird. Dwarves like high ceilings because they like giants. So it was a bit weird that it was kind of a squash room.
Squash room, yeah.
So you go to the door, you open the door, and it opens to the sky, right? There is a handy safety railing around the walkway around the side of this kind of abutment on the side of the wall from
That's
which
how you can tell we're the good guys.
Exactly.
Forces of evil don't have safety railings.
100%. And this is like a sturdy dwarven, safety railing, so it's properly safe. And
Not
you
very
can,
high though.
Well, you say that, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So you can look out now across the city, across all of Resolute Pattern, the military fortification below you, spreading out with the transit lines into the peaks, where the farms and the little vineyards and all that kind of stuff is going on, and in between the markets, the trade, the blacksmiths, the forges, and all those things, the industry, the smoke coming up from such industry to wage the endless war. That above you, a huge kind of cloud of dissipating but still noticeable ash and dust and smoke is kind of there. So it's difficult to see the underhang above you, but you can still see it up there. And the glow of the day has risen slightly. And you come round the corner of this walkway, and the wind is kind of blowing past you all. Maybe a nice brief moment for those of you who are hot and sweaty. Even though it's a dry wind, it still kind of refreshes you momentarily. And you come round, and built into the top of this fortress are 3 giant chains that go off into the sky. They are kind of stacked, 1 above and 2 below, and they go off. And there are troops around, yeah, and there are guys with like crossbows. There are a couple of ballistas mounted, or what look like ballistas. When you get closer, you can see they've got runes all over them. And not every station is manned, and you get the feeling that maybe this fortress, although it still looks teeming with people, is slightly below normal manning numbers. And awaiting you on the base of the chain is an automaton that you're going to ride up. Ben, what does the automaton look like?
Frankly, it's a piece of shit. This is not a fun toy. This oh my god, this is embarrassing. It's a minivan. It's the minivan of automatons. It's brown. It's brown so that it can dock with the brown rock and nobody's going to notice, but it's brown. Windows, that would be lovely, but no, what it's got is a couple of openings in the front that you can look out of. It also handily doubles as its own air conditioning just by having holes in the front.
Has it got a roof?
It has got a roof.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
And it rides above the chain rather than underneath it, with kind of grappling claws hooked into the chain underneath, and it creeps along like a centipede.
Oh, cool. So is it one big compartment, or has it got a few compartments?
I think this is just the cab.
Okay, cool.
It's got the option to hook up other carriages should you need to be shipping supplies up and down, but we're only going to take the cab up because we don't need to be carrying anything beyond what we've got.
Sure.
So it might be a little bit cramped with a giant in back. Seats in this thing probably designed more for dwarves than anybody else.
No doubt.
Dwarves sit down to drive these things, do they? They stand.
No, they love to stand.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so as you guys
That's
approach,
okay. We're going to put this thing through its paces.
yeah, you approach, and the rest of you are sort of not sure what to expect, apart from maybe Ganath, who's been up and down once before. But this isn't one of the sort of bigger contraptions. This is the old rusty minivan, as you said. But it is still a wondrous thing in the fact that these automatons exist and they are able to climb up this chain all the way up to the stalactite bastion. You've got the case of blasting charges with you. So that is with the team. I'm not going to say who's carrying it. You're all kind of moving it along or getting it there. Or let's be honest, Ganath has probably just jammed it in his pants.
He'll carry it under his arm. I also wonder if it's one of those things where we're just moving it around Tritimus. Like, I'll carry it for a bit, and then Tritimus will
it's like getting near it, and then you pass it to someone else.
Over to someone else.
yeah.
And
He's like,
just constantly keeping it away from him.
Okay.
Does anybody get chain sick?
I don't think so.
I don't. Do you eat the chains? Why would they
No.
make you sick?
There's some lurching, and if the wind picks up,
How long's this journey?
Oh, it's going to
Depends.
take you a couple of hours to get up there.
Oh well, in the spirit of soldiers everywhere, Tritimas finds somewhere cozy to curl up and just goes to sleep.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so we are entering into a tier 1 traversal, and I'm kind of signposting this stuff a bit more because we're doing this for the first time, right, with Daggerheart. So the Sky Tether is a tier 1 traversal. An automaton platform takes the party up 3 titanic chains which tether a stalactite bastion to the Mechanolith. I'm going to publish all this stuff, so this will be available to patrons and on DriveThruRPG. So this traversal has a difficulty of 11. So anything you're trying to do, if I say make a roll, I don't have to say the difficulty because it's 11. Okay, of everything you're doing. So you are attempting to climb up the. Here we go. I need to add on a countdown. You're attempting to climb up the. Here we go. 14. We've got a countdown clock of 14. We'll make some rolls. Every roll you make can reduce that countdown. Once it gets to 0, you've reached the top. But this is a fiction first game, so you have to be able to describe how you're helping or working on the automaton. There's piloting, there's making sure it's still moving, there's oiling it, there's clearing stuff. That there's various ways you can help this thing to get up the chain. So what we'll do is we'll go around and people, the spotlight will move around, and I'll probably start with Ben, right? Because Ben's the automaton expert. But once Ben's had a go, then people can start to have a think about what they want to do, and they need to describe it first, and then I will say, oh, you can make this roll, and difficulty will be 11. Now if you get a critical success, so if you roll the same number on both dice, it'll tick down 3. If you get a success with hope, not only do you get a hope, but it ticks down 2. If you get a success with fear, I get a fear, but it ticks down 1. If you fail with hope, nothing changes. If you fail with fear, it ticks up 1, and I describe how you mess things up and things go the wrong way. Right? Now there are some actions that I can take if you guys fail. So if you get fear on your roll, then the spotlight goes back to me, and I can make a move, or I can use one of the actions in this Sky Tether. And some of them require fear, which means they're probably a bit more nasty. But I will explain them all to you if they happen. And just to say to any viewers who are Daggerheart experts, this is also a kind of play test of my own environments and other things, which we'll see. Right, so the spotlight passes to Ben as you all clamber on board this large automaton vehicle. It looks kind of like a creature, almost like a centipede, as you say. You all clamber in, and Artemis, you move up to the control station, and you're quite familiar with the kind of fairly standard, boring layout they've got here. It's not how you'd set things up, but you know, it's kind of it. You know where you are. What do you want to do with your action?
Okay, so Artemis will step up to the control console, hover just over them, and little silvery connections will form between her fingertips and the consoles, and some draconic runes will start to appear on her skin. That one little blue eye goes very, very blue and lights up a little bit, and then her voice would come out of the automaton itself. Ladies and gentle beings, please ensure that your seat backs and tray tables are in the upright position and that your belts are securely fastened. Our journey time is as short as I can make it, so please don't rock the boat or we might fall to our doom. Ready, steady, go.
Cool. So you're going to pilot
I'm going to spend a point of hope to use my ace pilot experience.
Okay. Yep.
To cheese it off the starting point and set this thing rattling up the chain, busting out a burst of speed from it that will probably leave the people back at the bastion a little bit upset.
Well, we'll see, won't we? So that will be finesse.
Finesse it is.
Yep. So finesse is your ability to control, and it's your fine motor skills.
I don't have advantage.
No. But
I do get my
from your
plus
experience.
3 from my experience.
Oh, +3 because it's your special one.
Because I was modified.
Oh yeah, here we go. Okay.
Let's see if I can do this right. Oh, now there we go.
Wow.
Oh, what did we... Sorry, I've... Right, so you got 24 with hope. Wow. Okay,
It's not bad.
So Artemis steps up, and you're all kind of taken aback by this sudden shift of the voice, the persona, the light in the eye, this filigree coming out of the hand, and the whole machine comes to life with almost a kind of inner glow as it lurches forward. And the first few motions are graceful and wonderful and beautiful, and then it kind of settles into a kind of train-like clunking, crung, crung, crung. But you get the sense that this thing is moving faster than it's moved in a very long time. And Taritamas, you are watching as the device does its work, right? And this to you is extremely interesting and exciting. I'm going to pass the spotlight over to you because you're probably watching. I know you said you were going to sit down and kind of chill out, but this has gone on right in front of your face. So I feel that it's probably appropriate that you're next.
Absolutely.
Ben, you spent a hope, but you gain a hope.
Yep.
So you stay where you are. But we knock the countdown down by 2.
Yep.
There we go. Awesome.
So I look up from under my hat brim and see the device doing its thing, and this doesn't put Taritamas in the best frame of mind. It's it's not quite my precious, but it's a thing that is within. Yeah, anyway, he wants it. Eager to not be outdone, I've got a spell called Power Push.
Okay.
Now, I imagine it's generally for me to knock people off high places and things like that.
Yeah.
But
you want to do it out the back to push the thing forward. This is fantastic. Right. This is exactly the kind of thing we want to do.
Yes, I want to accelerate us to hyperspeed by casting Power Push and knocking it.
How does your magic manifest? Is it big and gaudy, or are you kind of like?
What do you think? Well, his spell book is this fabulous silk sort of scarf that he can go full Lawrence of Arabia with when the dust storm's getting too much. It's got all the scarf. Did I say staff? I meant scarf. And it's covered in runes and such, which is why he's not really a big fan of books, because they're not necessary. So yeah, he sort of unravels some of the scarf, and yes, that one, and yes, then he brings together hands in the somatic component, and then runes start to emanate and sparkle, all lilac and violet and flavors of puce coming out of his hands, and then with just a gesture, he suggests to the mechanical thing we're in that it go a little faster for a little while.
Okay, cool. So, what do you need to do to cast your spell? Love the idea.
I need to do a spellcast roll.
And what's your spellcasting trait? Probably your
do you mean my ability, my thing? It's knowledge, yeah?
Knowledge. Okay, go for it.
I think on my character sheet...
It should say under your origin or your subclass feature what your spellcast speciality is. So
yes, so your School of War, right?
Yeah.
So School of War will tell you your spellcasting trait. Which I think is probably knowledge.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah,
okay,
I cast
great.
Of knowledge, cool. Definitely. But let me just find the spell, and I'm supposed to click this spell, which is there. And so I have +2 already added to the roll, because I presume that's from my knowledge.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm just rolling and seeing what happens. And what happened?
So, it was a failure with hope. So the difficulty was 11, and you got a total of 10. So you swirl your runes around, but the movement of the machine, which was graceful when you started your movement, suddenly turns into that train-like sort of rickety motion, and it disrupts you as you do it, and you kind of you cast the spell off at the kind of wrong angle, but you do gain a hope.
It's my ankle. I just blame it on my ankle.
It must be your ankle.
Okay, I've gained a hope. Thank you.
But you didn't roll with fear, right? So I don't get the spotlight. Absolutely. So it continues with you guys. So who would like to go next?
I guess Boz would, hearing how the is clunking over the chains. Mm-hmm. You see him move out onto the roof, holding down and getting close to the lip near the chain that seems to be rattling the worst, and he holds on with his arms to the lip of the Skydram, mm-hmm. and he uses his back feet, and he's just picking debris out of the chains and then rolling across the way to grab and pick debris out of another chain.
Okay.
To try to keep it moving smoothly.
Yeah.
Sounds really safe.
Absolutely.
Not in a safe.
You know what? I'll let you pass, right? Success with hope. if you take a hit point of damage. As you're doing it, you're gathering this rubble, but as this machine is moving forward, you are bashed on your arms and your limbs, and you take 1 hit point.
I like it. Yeah. So he's getting beat up there, but he feels like he's making a positive effect as he's clearing this debris out.
Sure. There's weird bits you're pulling out as well. There are other bits of like automatons that look like, oh, hang on, this looks like one of the feet prongs that I saw from outside, occasionally sort of dotted around. Because these chain links are massive, but they're pitted, so things get in them, detritus from...
And whenever he pulls out anything interesting, he'll look at it for a second, sniff it, and then if it's part of an old automaton, he tries to throw it back over his head so that it goes back down through the hatch, so somebody down in there might actually look at it and find use for it.
Okay, cool. Right, so you succeeded with hope. So gain a hope.
And took 1 hit point damage.
Yep. No doubt someone will comment on YouTube that was quite severe, but I think it's quite interesting to kind of explore how it all works, and I'm still learning. Cool. Okay, so then the spotlight goes back to the cabin, and we've got Ganath and Torgrim. Are either of you doing anything, or are you kind of sort of passengers at the moment?
Torgrim suddenly has got his arms crossed and is watching this as a passenger.
Okay, cool. And Ganath, what's Ganath up to?
I'm not sure. Doesn't have much stuff.
If you're not sure, I'm going to spend a fear.
Oh no.
To interrupt.
Yeah, I don't know what he would do. So
okay,
all right.
I'm spending a fear to have my go. So, where are we? Where's my... how many documents have I got open? Here we go. We have company. So you've been moving up now. You're moving up the chain. So as this is all going on, you're progressing. So the base is down behind you now. It's, remember, this is quite a long journey. So this countdown of 14 counts for the whole kind of trip. And you've made your way up a bit. And as you are moving up, you can hear around you the flapping sounds of wings. And as you look out of the windows, you can see that there are flying creatures, a ravenous flock, descending on your automaton. Now, I've developed an encounter templates for Daggerheart to make it easy for people to kind of jump in rather than have to look at all the rules, kind of have a go. So since there's 5 PCs, that means I get 17 battle points, which means that you see a whole load of flying things coming down towards the automaton. There are 3 large winged creatures, huge pteranodons or kind of Quetzalcoatlus style giant reptilian creatures coming down, warped and twisted by their exposure to Throx and the heat of Zadomir. These 3 bruisers of beasts come flapping down through the ash and smog, surrounded by what look tiny from where you are, but you realise some of these things are probably the size of you anyway. Bestial pteros and hell hornets flying down, these a swarm of biomechanical demonic hornets. And bestial pteros are small winged reptilians with scaly hide and vicious looking talons. And as they fly down, I'm going to spend another fear to have another go to set up our next session. Because as you look ahead, you can see on the chain ahead of you a compromised section. There seems to be a large body of rubble at far range from you, and you can't move beyond it unless you get out and clear that mess. It's an action called Weakest Link. Choose a point in far range. The chain there has been compromised and needs to be repaired before the automaton platform can continue the ascent. The PCs must complete a progress countdown 4 to clear the link, at which point you can continue. So I'm going to add another countdown. Here we go. There's going to be lots of countdowns and things in this game of 4.
Another countdown.
Put that on the other side. It's street countdown.
Where have you put these things?
And next time we're going to end there. As you glance out, there's creatures flying down, the flapping of wings, the kind of swirls of dust and ash as they swoop down. These huge creatures flying down towards you. And as that happens, you look ahead and you see that the chain is damaged and you have to stop and get out and repair it. Oh no! We're going to have our first combat in Daggerheart next time. So I think we will end our session there as you are ascending the sky tether to Nalana's spear. And I just want to say thank you to everyone for really getting into our first session of Daggerheart. I thought that was really cool and everyone really kind of embraced it and got into the fiction there. That was fantastic. And I'm really looking forward to the next session because we can try out combat and see how we do there. Now, although there's lots of creatures, there are minions and hordes which work in different ways. And we will go a little bit into the rules and talk a little bit about them when we do the combat next time, just so our viewers who aren't maybe as familiar with Daggerheart get an idea of how it all works. I am going to put this environment, encounter, and 3 adversaries on the Patreon very soon, so if anyone wants to go and get it ahead of next week's episode and have a little look, then feel free. The link is down below in the video description. I'll also be doing a whole bunch of stuff for Daggerheart once Heroic Deeds, my own role-playing game, is finished. Anyway, thank you very much, players. Hopefully you guys had a lot of fun there. Thank you to our viewers, and please don't forget to check out all our social media. Links are below. Come and join us on Discord. Gar! And that's just going to be the name of the Discord server now. And we will see you next week with episode 2 of the Mechanolith. Yeah. Bye-bye.